This is the mini rotator 2x1, and it's going to be very nice and very easy. It's incredibly cheap solo base with only 4k metal and 2k stone upkeep with 0 HQM. You could obviously add some HQM, and it's going to be nice and easy because we're going to have ingrained anti-siege here. So if someone breaks this TC right here, they're not going to be able to place another TC. And additionally, they're not going to be able to place foundations around here. This space is limited because they can just build a base right here. But we'll show you another thing that we can just add one of these tunnel style bedrooms coming off of it, rotating of course like this. And this pushes the TC priv out all the way like right here. So you can do it crazy far if you just add one of these nice double wide peaks. And we're going to do a nice little mini base tour. Again, it's incredibly cheap. I tried to make an actual solo base that everybody wants me to make where it's like dirt cheap in my eyes, but anyways, it's only 4k metal and 2k stone upkeep. We have a nice little mini china wall here with turret coverage on both of the front doors, but you can't see the turret right here. We have a little Patrico on this side for a little blind spot. We can see all the way over there. Little half wall to crouch around, you don't need that. And then you have this right there. And we have 4 of these doors where you can just put lockers or like a water barrel. And we just have a nice standard 2x1 here. And I forgot to put a jump up, but you just put a jump up like a furnace or a shelf or something. And you come in here, very nice normal style 2x1. You have the window right here for downward angles and grenades. And you have the jump up right here for some feet shooty peaks. And then you also have spiral stair bunker right here. I did it the opposite direction, so it's splashable. I'm doing it fast, but if you look at the upkeep, it's dirt cheap. It's 3,900 frags, 2k stone, and 13 HQM just because I have these 2 tiles HQM and then 2 armored doors. Incredibly easy for a solo. You don't need the armored doors. You could do a whole bunker in HQM. It is only 2 walls, but it's a great 2-wall 2x1, and it's nice for a solo. You have a bedroom spawn for the angle right there, and this angle is 1 2 3 4 doors, 5 doors to get up here. And then you obviously have a turret in the bedroom. This is not supposed to be there. This is your peak up here. Then you have your jump up to your little mini shooting floor, which we have airlocks on both sides. And then we have this nice little wide gap spot right here, as well as the roof door peaks. You get a nasty far away angle right here. If you don't know about that, it looks absolutely filthy from back here. That pretty hard. It's pretty hard to notice, and you could click their heads, and it's very nice and very easy. And then just jumping up to your roof storage, you have a barrel that's accessible from the outside, but I feel like when I do this, they don't go for the bottom barrel for whatever reason. No one ever gets the bottom barrel right there, but we just have a nice little roof with angles right here, turrets, and a little wood half wall to come up here, and then little wide gap peaks all the way down. And it's incredibly nice and incredibly easy, and you can't really beat it for only 4k metal and 2k stone, and we'll show you how to do it. Super easy to build. Obviously, you're just going to start with a 2x1, and you can do 2 single doors. I like to do single door, double door, or double door, single door like this, just because I don't like when you open the double door and it swings through the base and then people can see you opening your doors from inside. I like that double door swinging in towards the square, and then put a single door right here. And then we can go ahead and put a frame right here so we could have our spiral stair bunker. You can just use furnaces until you get that ready, and then we can go ahead and put our TC opposite here. Very standard 2x1 style right here. And then we can go ahead and put a full wall right here, half wall window, floor to seal that splashable bunker. Wrap this around. You could do a single door or double door right here. Very standard 2x1 stuff here. You could do actually your own whatever 2x1 you like, as long as it's within this pattern. And don't put that right there. And then you want to go ahead and put a furnace or whatever you want right here. And I like to do the window across from the core jump up, so it's not just a straight line to the core. And then obviously I do the same thing here, double door, single door. Put a floor at half height to block that. frame, and you can go ahead and put shelves right here. Just like that, and you can put a window on each side, seal this up. And it's just a nice two ways up. I don't even give you a better angle. It's just nice to have two ways up. And you could do this right here. Spots for our turret. And before we go any further, this is just going to be a nice starter. It gives you 2 access points to the roof, and it's just nice and easy. And I'll go ahead and turn on the two-way symmetry so you won't have to do this twice. I have two-way symmetry on right now, and we're just going to start on the triple triangle side of the 2x1 and build out 2 squares and a triangle. And we're going to come back with 3 triangles, upgrade this triangle, demolish these 2, come back with 2 squares like this, upgrade the square. Then we're just going to do a triangle here and 2 triangles here to the right or the left, doesn't matter which side, but that's as far as you go on one side. And then we'll do another triangle here, square, triangle, and triangle spam. And we can't upgrade these. This will be our Brutalist $1 million peaks, and this will be our 2-way point right there. And for the $1 million peaks, we're just going to upgrade these 2. And now you can just go ahead and look at it like that. And then we're just going to add our front door right here with a window. And we'll do a Patrico right here. And you can do 2 double door frames right here so you could access this. This will be our spots. These little single triangles will be for our lockers or our water barrels or whatever. And this will be our $1 million peak side. $1 million peak side. We're gonna do 2 double door frames, a floor like that. Put our roof before we put the window. Put our floor for our turret, and then put 2 triangle roofs right here. And when we hop up here and put the roof that way and that way, we have our nice $1 million peaks right here. And this spot will just be walled off completely, and we'll have double door frames right here. And this point you could put a half floor to crouch on. We could do half walls right here. Half walls are going to be good to break up that splash for rockets, and obviously give you a point to build a shield wall off of. You can actually wrap this around on your spot right here. I kind of like to do that a lot, but you could just leave it empty. And you don't need that one, but that one's nice. That's pretty much the full shell right here. And we're just going to do an external, forgot to do the Patrico right here. We're just going to do an external off the doorway. You can do this right when you build it off the doorway. 4 squares, 3 triangles. PC in the corner. 2 windows, single door. Very, very standard stuff here. We don't need the foundations. Now nothing is decaying again. You could do that before, obviously, you put all the walls. And now we're just going to do a peek and finish this here. And I'm going to turn symmetry off. We could have a loot room opposite our jump up, or one of our jump ups. We could have a bedroom right here. One of these will be a single door peek up, and one of them will be actually our jump up to actually get up to the base. And that'll be a nice spot for a turret that you could access on the other side. And we'll seal this like this and do a nice, put a window right here if you want, because we're going to do a stairway like this. We'll have another turret, and then a nice way up like this. And this is the point, you don't need to do the windows on each side, but I like to do the window so we could have storage. And we're going to do single doorway, double doorway. Single doorway, double doorway. And these are going to be our triangle roof peaks right here. And when we build up on these frames right here, we'll create our little mini wide gap peak. Just like that, one on each side. Again, it's symmetrical, but it's weird because it's rotating, so it is technically symmetrical. Calling it symmetrical is technically correct, the best kind of correct. And then we're just going to do windows right here, and then frames right here for our turret, and then a roof like this. And then we can put our half wall for our turret right here. And I like to do a half wall right here just to jump up on. And we're going to repeat that on each side. Like that, a half wall away from the door. And then you can put the half wall windows right here. And you can go ahead and put a barrel down in there. Seal it up, put another barrel right there. And that's the one that's going to be sort of not that protected, but it's a nice bait barrel. You put a bunch of poop on top and then put your real loot under there. It rarely ever gets looted in my opinion. And then we're just going to go ahead and slam a bunch of roofs right here. And this one's not going to have enough stability for a roof, of course, unless you're explaining it after you do a video. Then it's, of course, one side is going to have stability. I don't know. But that's pretty much it. This is all the little base is going to be. It's the little base that could. And if we look at the stone upkeep, it's actually pretty ridiculous. It's just 6k stone in total. Obviously, you'd probably have like 1k metal indoors, but it's incredibly nice and incredibly easy just to start. And then you get this complete nice little anti-siege. And if you want to build that out more, of course, just do a tunnel bedroom over here. And this is on the opposite TC. So our priv blockage is just right here. And that way you have like a nice little 8 rocket double wall bedroom right there that you can obviously make 16. Make that HQM. And you have a nice double wide Trico right here. And this bedroom serves as furthering the anti-siege for right here. Because adding more to this is not going to prevent them. They'll take that TC. Adding more to that is not going to help. It's adding more after this gap for the one that's on the other TC. And now that spot is super close. It's only about 4 or 3 foundations. So you really need to build all the way like out here to actually create a base. And then you still have angles for them pretty much everywhere. And it's very nice and very easy, cheapest mini rotator 2x1.